Okay, hi, welcome back um, to part two. I just got back from the urgent care center, so that was fun. Let's see. I think I'll get the butter. It's supposed to be cold, so I just never left it out. I put it back in the fridge. Okay, what was I saying? 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 6 tablespoons, I think, of cold water. Ice cold water is what it said. And 2 sticks of butter, 1 tablespoon of sugar, one teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of flour. Is what I said. Yes, and I think that's all. Um, so I have the flour, the sugar, and the salt in here. So now we're just gonna mix for a bit. Um, the butter has to be cut into half an inch squares, I think. That's good. Add butter half at a time. Should probably cut up the butter before I even started any of this. That's fine. What was I talking about? Chemistry. I was talking about chemistry. I don't know. I know you don't like history. I don't remember what you said about chemistry. I can't find the cutting board, guys. Oh. Um. So for the what would you call it? Not the project. Experiments is what it was. The experiments, we just watched droplets of a solution we created fall into another solution that had to be heated up. And the experiment was only done, and you would only get it correct if you. So it's a chemical reaction, and there's a certain amount of solution, like a very highly specific amount of solution that can fall into the solution that's being heated up, and the solution that's being heated up turns into like a pink color, a bright pink color, when it's just right. And if you go overboard, it goes light pink, and it stays like that for the rest of the time. But the bright pink happens for a split second, so you have to time it really, really carefully. You have to stop it at the right moment, otherwise you miss it and you fail. Um, and then you have to measure how much solution is in the one that's being heated up, and then do some calculations and say X amount of the solution in the pipette is needed for the solution that's being heated up to turn pink. I don't remember exactly what that experiment is called, nor what it like the exact elements were that we were messing around with. I just remember it was that, and my partner and uh, I was monitoring the first try. Was the second time? I don't remember. Um, we got it right once, and we got it right once. We got super close the first time. That was the one I was monitoring. We got super close the first time, but we didn't get it perfect. So we failed essentially. Um, we still had to do the calculations either way, and we had to redo it. Um, and I let my partner take over the second time. And when she did it, she opened up the pipette because the long pipette had like it was to a clamp, and it had something at the bottom where we could control how much was falling, and that way we could, keep track of the drops. She opened it a little too fast, so it was just a bunch that came out at a time. We couldn't measure the drops like that because how many drops in total was that? It was just like a stream, and she immediately closed it back up and she left it opened, and it took a while the first time, it took a while for us to get to that bright pink color. And so she went in with that expectation that, oh, okay, it's going to take a while. And we completely missed the reaction. We turned around, we turned back, light pink. So mega fail. And we didn't have time to redo it because that's a lengthy process. It's to prepare everything. It's a lot of work, first of all. And then to have to wait for the thing. So we just ended up using the first calculations, the calculation for the first trial. And we called it good. We didn't get, the high grade, but we got A grade, because it was close enough, but it wasn't, right. It sucked, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's what cooking is like. Or at least I thought it was that at the beginning. Everything has to be exact, otherwise it's wrong. Okay, we got it better. So now we can start to drop it in here, and mixing. And we have to do half at a time, not really counting again, just wherever. I'm gonna say that's half for now. And as that is going, yeah, that's 1 cup of butter. Oh, yeah, 2 sticks, 1 cup. Okay. And then we need okay, yeah. Start adding slowly in the water. You need 1/8 cup of water. You have to add that's equal to 6 tablespoons. So you add 3 tablespoons as it's missing. Yeah, or so. Basically the thing. You just put butter, pulse for a bit. And more butter, pulse some more. Pink eye. Let's talk about that. So, my brother does have pink eye. I knew that. And the doctor comes in and he's like, first of all, he talks super slowly. Old guy, talks slowly, but it wasn't unbearable. I don't know, slow talkers just give me anxiety. Anything slow just makes me a little anxious. Driving especially, I don't know. I'm used to fast-paced environments, I guess. It's because I'm a city girl. Let's see. And he's like, yeah, he has pink eye, and I was like, okay, cool. So they prescribed him, I think it said it's amoxicillin, but for the eyes. Because my brother right now is taking amoxicillin and promethazine, I think is what it is, for his cough. So they prescribed him eye drops. I don't even know if you can hear me with that thing on. They prescribed him eye drops 4 times a day, sometimes 7 days a week. And he just has to keep taking that until it's gone. It's just they said 5 to 7 days. I'm gonna use 7 days because that's like, oh, should be okay right now. But because if you miss 1 day of like an antibiotic, 1 day doesn't work anymore. So because the bacteria becomes immune to that, gets used to it, and it's like, joke's on you, I'm not used to this anymore, so it's not gonna work. And then you have to go back and have to find another type of antibiotic that will work, that your body isn't used to. I forgot to lock it. Yeah. You just gotta wait. That's really all this is, just waiting as it mixes. We still have a couple pieces of butter left. 6 pieces. Okay. Then we have a bit of water left too. So we're gonna add 2 more. Pulse for that. We're gonna go over here. I'm also hungry. I haven't really eaten today. I did eat breakfast. No, I didn't. I didn't eat breakfast because I got up like at 12. I got out of bed like at 12. I ate lunch, but I didn't have a chance to eat dinner because I had to, dip. So we're gonna do that real quick, and we're gonna clean this area because after that's done, I need to like smack it on the table and then just cat style it. So it's pretty clean. There wasn't anything on here. I just took an extra measure. And then we're gonna need the flour because we're gonna dump flour on here so that it doesn't stick to the surface. Yeah. Nice thick. Not too bad. It's also really cold in here. 71, but I'm like freezing. I got yarn today. After we went to the urgent care, we had to go, but we couldn't get off. We had to like stay in the parking lot and then text a number and then type in the place where it's at and like the town or city name or whatever. And then I have to fill out the form, like, has the patient been to a hospital of this kind before? Like the brand name, Freeman. And reason for visit, symptoms, name of patients, all that jazz. And then after that was done, they're like, okay, great. We'll have a room ready for you by 4:20. It was currently 3:30. That's the laundry machine. And they're like, we'll have a room ready by 4:20. And we're like, okay, cool. Let me go to Michael's. I have to go get some yarn. I'm making a temperature blanket. And I have like I need a light green for the 50s range. And it's cold right now. I wasn't expecting it to get in the 50s, so I brought temperatures for below 20 degrees, 20 to 30, 30 to 30, to below 20, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, and 40 to 49. Because I wasn't expecting it to be back in the 50s anytime soon. And there was like 2 days where it got up to like 50, 53. And I was like, well, darn. And I haven't been able to work on it because I didn't have the green yarn I needed for that 50s range. So I went there, got the green yarn, and then I finally decided on the yarn color I want to make the crochet wings that I showed you. It's gonna be red. Because I have a purple shawl, I have a white purple shawl, black and blue shawl, and a white and black shawl. I've never made like a solid color one. And I need like a statement shawl for winter. So let's go with red. I think red wings are gonna look nice. And that's it. And then as I was walking out of Michael's, it was like 3:40, 3:45, somewhere around there. They called me and they were like, "Hey, I need some answer some questions for the patient for me." And I was like, "All right, cool." Middle initial, date of or not date of birth. Yeah, date of birth. Sorry, date of birth. Has your patient gone out of like the 4 states or out of the state within the past week? Is it okay if a family or friend calls to tell them that the patient is here? Stuff like that. And they're like, okay, great, we have a room. We'll have a room ready for you soon. No, they said we have a room ready for you now if you want to come in. And I was like, okay, cool. They were like a town over, which isn't far. It was like a 10-ish minute drive. Maybe not even 10. It was like less than 10 minutes, but it wasn't like 5 minutes or anything. And so we drove back. We drove back to the place and we went inside, signed some forms, and then we just stood there. Sorry, I'm looking at like the instructions I need. I was gonna get some food, huh? And I need to go do the laundry. Hold up. That one for now. I'll get the food afterwards. We're gonna go to the laundry room. And we waited for like a good 10 minutes. It's really dark in here. I didn't turn on the light. I apologize. That's my field back there, part of it at least. And I'm gonna turn on the light. Actually, it's like super dark in here. I'm also gonna move you. I'm gonna put you like right here and hope you don't fall and die. There you go. They had told me on the phone, we have a room ready for you. So I assumed the room was ready for us, but we still sat in like the waiting room for a while. And then eventually they called us, and I went back there. I was like, I'm not sure they're gonna let me into like the patient room or anything because I'm not a parent or a legal guardian of my brother. My dad was there, so I was like, I don't think they're gonna let me in because HIPAA and all of that. I still went in anyways. They didn't tell me nothing, so I was like, okay. And they were like, we don't have a room for you right now, so we're just gonna take your vitals. I'm washing my brother's like blanket and pillowcases right now because pink eye, and that's important. And they were like, well, I'm just gonna take his vitals right now since we don't have like a room. And they asked him questions, what did they ask him? Like the symptoms. They were like, how long has he had the symptoms? Is he taking any medications? And that's where I come in clutch. If I hadn't been there, they wouldn't have known what they were giving him. Amoxicillin, for sure, they would have known. My brother was like, oh, I have strep. But there's specific numbers that they have to have. Not the lot numbers for the medication, but they were like, oh, what's he taking? I was like, oh, he's taking amoxicillin right now and promethazine. And they were like, okay, how much? And or what's the milligrams on the amoxicillin? I was like, oh, 400 by 5 milliliters. And she typed that in. And yes, we take 10 milliliters a day. And she's like, okay, how often does he have to take it? And my brother was like 3 times. And I look at him and I'm like, 2 times, because that's what the bottle said. And then she's like, do you have a picture of because I couldn't remember what the promethazine one was, and she was like, what about the promethazine? I was like, oh, I don't know about that one. I was like, I took a picture though, and she was like, oh, that's perfect. And then she I showed her my phone and she put down the measurements. Is measurements the right number? Measurements. I'm gonna say measurements because I don't know. I think it is measurements. I think you dictate the measurements of medicine and measurements. Units. That's what I meant to say, but milligrams is not a milligrams is a unit. Units of medication. And she was like, I love that you took pictures. And I was like, oh, thanks. We got that. And then they took our vitals. hour. Okay, we're just gonna go to bed. Yeah. And they got that in the files or whatever. And then they're like, okay, I'm gonna have you guys go back out to the patient room. Hi, hello. I don't know who's in here, but hello. They said, you're gonna go back out to the patient room, and then we'll call you whenever we have a room ready for you guys. And I was like, okay, cool. We went back out there and we sat for like another 10-ish minutes. And I wasn't a whole lot to do during that time. I'm not gonna lie. We're just there sitting. But the place was nice. The facility was really nice. Everyone was nice. And then eventually we got called to the back, and we had like a nurse just like put us in, and then she's like, okay, doctor's gonna be with you shortly. And we're like, okay. So we left. We left and we just sat there for like 5-ish minutes. And then that's when the doctor comes in and he starts talking like super slowly. And he's like, yep. He gets this like magnifying eye thingy that has like a light on it, and he looks at our brother's eyes and he's like, yep, he has pink eye, he has conjunctivitis. And I was like, okay, well, that was pretty obvious. But he's like, okay, so what you're gonna do is we're gonna prescribe you guys some antibiotic eye drops. He's gonna have to take 4 times a day for 7 days a week. Keep taking the amoxicillin for the strep throat. Like I said, that's important that you continue medication and you don't skip it. And then after he's done with the oral amoxicillin, change his toothbrush, because that strep is gonna be in the toothbrush, and it's important to get rid of that. And I was like, okay, cool. I made a note of that. And for the pink eye, he said, do not share towels. And hello, hola. I don't know who that person is, but hello, hi. Oh, they left. Okay. And yeah, he was just like, don't share towels. And I was like, okay, common sense. Don't rub your eyes is another big one, because you're gonna get it on your hands and you have risk of like second something. I don't remember exactly what it was called. But he was like, yeah, just okay, this actually needs a lot more water. And that was it. He was like, you guys have any other like questions or things? And we're like, no, we're good. And then he just left. He's like, oh shit, my mom was calling me. Hola. Ahí están en el carro, ahí donde están sí, donde pones las bebidas. Oh, okay. Yeah, de nada. Okay. Estamos comiendo aquí la carne. Andrés se acaba de comer. Ahorita yo voy a comer un poco. Okay. All right. Bye, Mama. Love you. What was I? I don't remember. Oh, he was like, okay, I'm gonna have admissions come in for some paperwork, and then that's it. And I was like, okay, cool. So he left, and this other lady came in, and I was like, hi, I'm at admissions. And then they just need some information about my brother, and address, phone number, emergency contacts, all that stuff. And insurance as well. And then if they wanted to, if it was okay for us to, like share his patient information to other hospitals like Mercy, other Freeman hospitals, just in case anything happens, like if we were to get hurt at school, the nearest hospital, if it isn't a Freeman hospital or that urgent care, they at least know what my brother is taking, history, like health history, stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And she was like, okay, she made a note of that. And then she's like, okay, I'm going to have another person come in and finalize that paperwork for you. And then you guys can be good to go. And we're like, all right, fine. She left. 5-ish minutes later, another person comes in. And she's like, hi, I mean, signatures here, here, here. And she's here. And then this is for you to say that you consent to patient information and history to be sent out to other hospitals. And you're like, okay, that's fine. Signed that. We left. Everything was good. And that's really about it. That was the entire trip. Oh shoot, food. Let's see. Now we're back here. My dad went to go pick up the eye drops at Walmart. That's where we have like our pharmacy. That's like our go-to pharmacy, just Walmart. Just send all of the medications or whatever prescriptions over there, just because it's convenient. So he went to go do that. And he dropped us off first, as you can probably tell. And once he gets back, I'm gonna have to put the eye drops on him. And then we'll be good to go. I lost the rice. Oh. So yeah. My dad and I were talking about cars on the way over there too, because Chevrolet apparently is discontinuing the Camaro line, which is outrageous to me. I love Camaros. I want a Camaro so badly, and they're discontinuing it, which means that the current Camaros are going to go up in price. So now if I can get a Camaro, I might just get a Challenger. So obviously not now because I don't have any money for that. But that's like dream car. But my dream car is a Mercedes-Benz. Maybe I'll just steal the one my dad has in Mexico. I don't even know if it still works. We haven't used that car in years. There's a lot of cars we have over there we haven't used in years. And I'm like, why are they there? They're just taking up space. Anyways. Just sad, but they're at least making like a collector's edition of the Camaro this month, and then never again. But I think they did that. I think they said that they were going to discontinue the Camaro line a few years back, and they did, but then they brought it back, I guess. So who knows? We might get another Camaro at some point in the future. Sorry, I couldn't decide how much time I want to put in it. When we were talking about movies, my dad mentioned the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. He was like, oh, a lot of like car companies make movies or use their cars in like movies to promote them. And he said, I think he said Challenger or a Ford car or a Camaro was in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. I've never seen the movie, but I've heard of the movie. Like that title sounds so familiar. But I don't remember the premise. My dad was like, oh, it's like a gang that just steals cars. And I'm like, I want to be in that. I'm so cold. Why did I take this off? I was cold. And I was like, dude, that sounds so sick. I might just do that. Give up this life and become like a car thief. And then he said that for the Fast, I think they like retire. There's another movie, or it might just be that movie, which is I think it was that movie that there's a group that steals I want to say 1969 or 79 Fastback, and I think that's not a Chevrolet, that's a Ford, I think. I don't think Ford versus Ferrari counts because that's like how the companies both started. There's another one, I think it was like called Race to Destiny, and it's about, I don't know if it's two guys or multiple guys. They get super high and then they're like, oh, I bet you can't make it from one end from, I think it was in Maine or New York to California in X amount of time. And the guy was like, I bet. and does it. He starts doing it, but like they're also like wanted by the police because of I think like how fast he's going or something, and he like all over the states he's going through. The police are like after him, and then eventually he gets to like California, but they barricade California somehow, and so he's not able to get in. I don't know if they detained him. My dad didn't say that. They just said, "Oh yeah, they just barricaded California," and I'm like, "How do you barricade California?" Which I mean, I guess you could just put blocks up. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna start doing this as I eat because, yeah, time saving. So what you're gonna do is take like 1/8 of a cup of flour, or however much your heart desires. Just make sure it's not overboard. Okay, actually, we're gonna do not 1/8, 1/4 cup, half of 1/4. Sure. You just dump it. That's all you do. That's all. You can add more if you want. I also don't know where I left my apron. Not gonna lie. Okay, you see that? You're just gonna do that. That's what you do. And then you're gonna take your lovely little I'm getting it from the thing, the mixer. My brain isn't really braining today for some reason. I don't know. Like I said earlier, I've been feeling tired. Tired for no reason this past couple of days. Past couple of weeks, I guess. I don't know, I'm still existing. But do that. Take it off. You're gonna make sure that. Okay. Some of the butter might not be like completely broken apart, and that is okay. That's fine, because that is what this next process is going to be for. Ooh. Okay. Now you're just gonna knead it. That's it. And that's probably would have been smart if I like got water. The water is going to help it all clump together. But you have to make sure it's cold water for some reason. I don't really know why. Science. I guess it just freezes the molecules together. It's probably not the reason, but you're just gonna do that. And you are going to need water, even if you think your clump of this is good, because the flour that you have on the table is going to get absorbed into your current mixture. And if there's too much flour, it's going to get really grainy. So you're just going to have to knead it until it doesn't break apart. And that might take a while. I think I heard someone. My sister and her friend are upstairs working on a project, by the way, and the brother went upstairs to go watch TV, if I had to guess. Yeah, you see that's like super grainy, which means I probably added too much flour. Maybe not on the table, but huh? Can I use Yeah, it's in my closet. When you go into my closet, it's like on the white thingy. It's going to be on the same shelf that you found the beads.
Okay. My literal thing just like broke and it's messed up now. So.
Okay. It's going to be the one where like the blue beads are, or where you found like the what's it called, the clock charms. Mm-hmm. And if it's not there, it's going to be on the shelf underneath that on the left-hand side. Okay. You just sent me a text. I didn't get to read it because I was talking to my sister and my hands were covered in flour and water. So I won't be able to reply for a bit, but I'll be here. I'm right here. Hey, this, what's up?
I'm just starting the skin of the.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what you kind of want for it to start like clumping up. And then once it's all clumped up together, you're gonna have to divide it into 2 pieces just so that it can freeze, and you're gonna have to freeze it for an hour. My goal was to have it done by now, like the entire pie done by now, But since I had to leave for an extended period of time, I was not able to do that. I also, the camera. I'm vlogging.
Oh.
You also don't want to add too much water at one time because that's just going to make it really mushy and not sticky like we need it to. I was gonna put some music, but I don't know if I can get like restricted on YouTube for that. So I'm just going to not do that. I think I already got a strike on my channel one time when I used to have like videos uploaded onto here. For some reason, I don't remember why I got a strike. But I was like, okay, so I just had to, I think, unlist the video or make it to private or just completely delete it. I don't remember. Oh, you said thank you? Okay. You're welcome. Oh, shoot. Did I just spill some water? Also, I'm sorry if that thank you sounded weird. I was looking at my food and I was like, oh, shoot. Because my phone's like right beside my food. But, what was I going to say? Yeah. So I'm just going to refrain from putting music and we'll just listen to the beautiful music of Luna and Kiwi in the background. You see, this is a cute little mound. That's what we wanted. I was actually kind of worried that it wouldn't work out because when I was putting in the flour away from camera before I started vlogging, there's also like a lot of flour over here. We need more flour. It's getting a little too sticky. If it gets too sticky, just like I said, add more flour. You'll be fine. You just slap it on there. Boom. Yeah.
You said it's on the left side of your closet, right?
It's somewhere. Yeah. It's not there.
I mean, I can't find it.
Have you checked the bottom of my closet?
Yeah, it's just like your hair stuff. Well, then on like the bottom.
Oh, okay. There's the hair stuff on the left hand side. Did you try the right hand side? What about?
I'm just checking the shelf area.
Have you checked the very, very bottom?
Yeah.
Like the floor area?
Yeah, that's where your hair rulers are. And like I think a few binders.
Oh yeah, there's hair rulers, binders. Did you check where like the clock charms were?
Yeah, there was just like toothbrushes and like little noodle things there.
Give me a moment, guys.
Sorry.
It's okay. Pretend there's music playing in the background.
Your mommy? Yeah.
I am back, and I was right. It was on the right-hand side. She just somehow didn't see it. So, anyways, once you got this cute little lump of, I was going to say lump of coal, but it is anything but coal. What is this dough? This cute little lump of dough. Is the dryer going? I don't hear it. It is going, okay. I need to eat. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth. So I got this cute little, I need to clean up that water. This cute little lump of coal. Did I say lump of coal? Lump of dough. Then you're just gonna, I like to play around with it sometimes. Okay. Just make sure it all goes in. Messaging from coming down. And you're just gonna break it into like that, and you can make it into a little ball, and then you have to cover it in saran wrap.
We're gonna find snacks.
Okay, have fun.
Thanks. What?
Lump one. Two.
Oh shit! What's this?
And now we get saran wrap. That should be on that side, I think. Maybe. Yeah, that side. Yes. Sorry, I had to check another place. All right, let's go over here. You're gonna have to individually wrap them both. Here.
Okay. What kind of size one? Sure. I put lemon on it, so I don't think you're gonna like that. I put lemon. You do? Or do you want to get one too? I mean, it's whatever. I think we should, since the table's a bit bigger, maybe we should get our own. Maybe. Gotcha. It's okay. Oh, horrible beaner activities. But they're racist. You're just honest.
It's funny because a little boy was yesterday, and I was like, I had 3/4, and I was like, no, we're speaking.
No way.
I was like, yeah, because we're together.
Oh my god. Was it a little white kid?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god, it's probably the one that would always ask us family too. Yeah.
At the skating rink,
Mhm.
the one with the sticky hand.
I think he had like red hair.
He had blonde hair from what I remember.
Oh, well, it was probably blonde.
Beaner activities. Did you get your galletas?
Yeah.
Beaner activities. Oh, hello. Hi. You're here. Okay. I just got done making the dough. Crust dough? Dough crust. Pie crust. Dough. And now we have to freeze them for an hour. Like I said, I meant to have this a lot earlier, or do this a lot earlier, but I had to go to the ER, not the ER, the urgent care. Yep, you just set them in there for an hour. It's what, 6:03, 7. So now I'm gonna walk you through how to make the rest of the pie, because that one is a little lengthier in process. Mostly just the cutting up of like the, oh, my dad's home. For the pie, so you're gonna need egg wash, tablespoon of ground nutmeg or ground ginger or pumpkin pie spice. I'll use all three. Granulated sugar, flour, ground cinnamon, lemon juice, and 8 apples. Hola, pa.
Igual el medicamento.
Yeah? Okay. I'm gonna have to go because I have to go put my brother's drops on. But I'll be here. I have dough underneath my fingernails, which is super cute. Andres? Eye drops. Oh, thank you.
Híjole, está que fuerte.
¿Cuánto está afuera?
A 11. man.
11. Mire que en Springfield para el lunes va a estar a 5. Cold.
Mañana domingo va a estar a 5. ¿El Springfield va a estar a 5?
¿Cuándo va a estar el lunes aquí?
Mañana va a estar a 5 aquí.
Mañana 5.
Mañana 5 a 12 del día.
Cambió entonces porque ayer cuando lo vi dijo que iba a estar a 10, pero que se iba a sentir a menos 2, creo.
De 10 se sienten menos 5 ahorita.
It's cold outside.
Ahí está.
10 feels like minus 5. Okay, all right.
El lunes va a estar a 11. Mañana va a estar a 2, mija.
2?
Máximo. Mañana
It's
domingo.
gonna be 2 degrees tomorrow, guys. Okay, so nos vamos a quedar entonces.
Sí, ya cancelaron.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Sunday, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, -3. 3 negative. -3.
Cup for medicine. The cup,
Y empieza la nieve a las 12 del día.
did you check upstairs?
No.
Did you take it upstairs? The cup?
Yeah.
Where did you take it?
It was down there in the kitchen.
Okay, it's probably gonna be here. Oh, that was a very good. I enjoyed it. Carolina, who gave it to you in the morning? It was her, right?
No, I did it myself.
You did it yourself. Okay, where did you put it afterwards?
Like literally, we're like right next to us.
You should have put it over there so we could wash it.
I didn't wash it, and then I put it back.
Oh, okay. It might be on the white one. It's on like the door of the fridge. Is it on there? No, it's not. True. I don't know. I haven't touched it. I haven't even seen it actually. This is no longer a Do we have another? Oh, is it this one? The 10 milliliter?
Oh yeah.
Next one. Here's that. There's another one we have. Where is it? What?
It doesn't have a 5 mark, but it's okay.
Do you need a 5 mark? Okay, don't take that then, because you might take too much. Where's the one they use for Tylenol?
That is the one that I used for Tylenol.
Is it not in the Tylenol cup?
Wait, actually, no, that wasn't. Wait. There's one upstairs.
Posiblemente se queda mamá a dormir allá.
¿Hoy?
Parece que posiblemente se queda a dormir allá.
¿No van a llegar tío Alex a tiempo o
Que
Se van a-
tiene otro juego mañana.
se van a quedar allá?
Dios mío.
¿Y a quién van a jugar? ¿Contra otra iglesia?
No, no es en la iglesia, amiga, es una...
¿Como competencia estatal?
No, tampoco, es que no es en la escuela. Están en un club
Oh,
de fútbol de Springfield.
¿Springfield?
Ellos van a jugar todos los casos van a Springfield a jugar fútbol. El viernes en la noche y el sábado, pero van. Son muy buenos. Ya se sienten Messis.
¿No tienen que estar frío la medicina?
Lo dice, no sé. No, porque la sacaron de la bolsa.
Oh, entonces no, ok. No.
Sí, la sacaron de la bolsa cuando yo, la mía que sí se ve fría, la sacan del refri. Y la bolsa nomás lleva en el papel.
Oh, Julian dice hola. How do you unseal this?
Just unseal it.
I can't.
Oh.
It's like stuck. Oh.
Oh no, it was right here.
How did I not see that? All right.
Dude.
I think that's where I sent off when I dropped it.
I took it.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Okay.
And then later whenever I get the other one.
All right. And color says right here.
Entonces lo hablaron a mamá si quiere, le llevo ropa.
Un cobija y todo eso, yeah.
Oh, is she not coming back?
She might say it the night over there at grandma's.
Oh.
Right. Take off your glasses.
But this one?
Y ahí
For what?
pipí, ahorita.
Oh, I just like okay.
¿Ya? Ya, me dijo que ya hizo.
¿Ya está, no?
Ya, cuando salimos de con Andrés.
Oh, ok.
No, pues. Alright, look up. Don't look at me. Look up. Look up. It feels weird, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I had to do whenever I wore glasses every single day.
Seriously?
Yep.
Why? For what?
I don't know. They were like, you use glasses, take these eye drops 2 times a day. You'll be cured. I was like, all right, cool. So now my eyesight is enhanced. Love that for us. I'm gonna put the medicine. Where do I put the medicine?
What? Fridge.
It doesn't need to be frozen. That's it, or not frozen, chilled.
Does it?
No, it doesn't. I checked the instructions, and that said they didn't even take it out of the fridge over there. So I'm just gonna put it
Put that around
there.
Oh.
Or on the, no, I'll put it there,
What?
and then I'll remind you again in the morning. It does. Okay. Sí, tiene que estar en el refri.
¿Intenta?
Y no puede tener luz.
It can't wait. It's so weird. Why can't it?
Sometimes light has a chemical reaction to other elements, which is why rubbing alcohol comes like in a brown bottle. So it doesn't use or become distilled.
Interesting.
Okay, well, put them again.
Entonces, este día no cuenta, cuenta el día de mañana, ¿ah?
¿Vale?
Cuenta 7 días.
7 días.
Y cuenta mañana.
Entonces, ¿por qué le pusimos hoy? Hoy cuenta como el primer día.
¿O sí?
Sí, porque ya apenas lo pusimos.
Ok.
So, a las 6, 7, 8, 9.
6.
Ahorita es las 6.
No, he's saying it's right now at 6. He's just holding the time.
Entonces, antes de dormir ponemos una, a las 6 otra, y cuando llega a las 4 otra.
No, tenemos que hacerlo todos hoy un día.
Sí, yo sé, pero mañana.
Mañana, para no se despierta, para no llegue a la casa, para no comamos y para antes de
¿Y
que nos
ahora va a
vayamos.
ser las 4 veces?
Pues ya comenzamos las gotas.
Ya, pero tiene que ser 4 veces hoy.
Sí,
Ok.
si no nos vamos
Entonces,
a
las 7,
4
8, 9. 7, 8, 9.
Ya.
O 10.
Dios, yo digo que a las 10 antes que nos vayamos a dormir.
Ok.
So, ahorita ayer lo puse a las 6, luego otra vez a las
7, 15.
7:15,
8,
8:15.
9, 8 y media.
Brincamos una hora y otra vez a las 10.
Ok. 2, 3. Colecto.
Ya.
¿Quién está pidiendo? ¿Es para ti?
Vale, ya. ¿Te caliento ahorita los tortillas?
Sí.
I will be back later.